Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Healing Soul Tarot. My name is Crystal. Happy Halloween, happy Samhain everyone. To all my beautiful witches out there, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. And to the trick-or-treaters, I don't know about where everyone is, but tonight it's a very rainy night. Wi-Fi is acting up, and so I don't really have any background music, but that's okay. We'll just carry on. I don't think you guys like the background music anyway. So yeah, it's good to be back. I took some time off. I think I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, I do have depression, and I'm totally fine. As a healer, using tarot, I just know how to recognize when I need to take some time off. So that's what I did. Usually, my depression just means that I get very, very tired if I'm doing too much or trying to do too much. So I just decided to take a break. And in the future, probably this week, I do want to do a special reading for those who are dealing with depression. Tarot's really helped me a lot. And I want to, just spend some time going through the cards and talking about that. But we'll focus on that another night. For me, my depression is pretty much under control, except I do get very tired if I try to do too much. It's a little bit like an allergy, and I kind of think of it as something I'm going to have probably for the rest of my life, but it requires maintenance like anything else. So for me, not getting enough rest or not getting enough sleep has a huge impact on me. So I just took some time off, and here we are. Halloween is my favorite time of the year, so I definitely didn't want to miss this reading. So let's get started. As usual, we're going to clear the air. This is a great night for doing a reading. As you know, the veil is at its thinnest during Samhain. So we're going to clear the air. Just watch your ears and take a deep breath. Okay, and because it's Samhain, we're just going to say a prayer to Hecate. Hecate, all-powerful goddess of the moon, tonight I honor thee with the witch's rune. Hecate, goddess of the dark night, I humbly ask for help in my right. To serve you well, with honor and grace, I ask, please, Hecate, bless my space. Let's work the magic and make it flow. Higher and higher, the energy will go. O great Hecate, hear my call, triple goddess, queen of all, with reverence and humility, I come tonight to honor thee. Blessed be. Okay, so let's get started. All right. So I'm using the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle, which is, the perfect deck for this evening. So we're going to start with that. It's an oracle deck. So please, Spirit, please come forward. What advice do you have for the collective? We have intuition, frog. Dark moon. Voices. So the spirits are calling. Their voice is coming through. We'll feel their voice, what they have to say. We'll know it intuitively. Seduction. and altar. Tonight is the perfect night for any spell work, manifestation work that you guys want to do. But as you can see, Spirit is clearly here. So the first card we have is intuition. You hold the answers, you know the truths. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. So that's pretty straightforward, right? Use your intuition. Listen to what your gut is telling you. Your gut is never wrong. If you're feeling a certain way, if you feel like Spirit is near, then chances are that's exactly the case, okay? But Spirit is saying, trust your gut. Now is the time, okay? We'll get more detail on each of these cards, but we also have frog. May the lily beneath your breast allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. So this is about finding peace and staying in a space of peace, not allowing anything from the outside to come in and disrupt your peace, okay? The healing waters. I always talk about how water is very healing. So tonight, because it's Samhain, maybe some of you would like to do a goddess bath or a salt bath. Tonight would be a perfect night to do that, but just to find serenity in the flow of the water and the peace, okay? Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is always there behind the noise, behind the drowning croaks, okay? So you want to tune yourself into the knowledge and wisdom behind all this noise. And I know that in today's environment, there's been a lot of noise lately. And like I said, having depression and being an empath, it does really wear me out sometimes. But just the best way, like I said, give yourself a break. Take some time, meditate, stay in a quiet space, okay? And listen to your intuition from there. You want to hear beyond all of the noise, okay? We have the dark moon. In the dark of your heart lives new breath, waiting for you to release its ghost. So this is about our true passions, our true feelings, okay? How we really see the world, okay? Sometimes there's great wisdom in the darkness. Okay, we all carry a bit of dark in our heart. But if we learn from that, there's new breath waiting to grow. Okay, so this relates to shadow work. Samhain is also a perfect night for doing any kind of shadow work. So you want to go into the darkness, interpret it, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, and then release any of the past ghosts that may haunt your heart. Okay, we have voices, and you'll see that, this is interesting. I just read a prayer for Hecate, also known as the triple goddess. We have 3 and 3. I also ring the bell 3 times. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling the connection this evening with this particular reading, which is quite beautiful. But we have voices. With a tug at the gut, feel them romance your very breath. Listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. Again, this is about listening to your intuition, listening to your gut, listening to your soul. That's where the voices are. This is where the voices will speak to you. You'll feel those deep messages within, okay? And they love you. They're speaking to you with love, okay? And divine guidance, grace, all right? They want you to know that you are loved and you are protected, okay? They want you to feel them romance your very breath, all right? And listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes. So that's almost like your third eye. And again, it's below intuition, listen with your third eye. And here we have the third eye. Okay, you're very wise. If you're tuning in to this particular reading, you guys are very wise, very deeply spiritual. Some of you are probably, witches, warlocks, spell workers, light workers. But there's this voice. You can feel it. You can hear it speaking to you, guiding you. Okay? It says, listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. So yes, this is where you get the wisdom, the intelligence, the knowledge. You're going to pick it up through your intuition and be able to see it with your third eye. Okay? So maybe some of you want to sort of focus on some rituals or meditations specifically geared towards opening the third eye. Okay, so think of that one. Okay, we have seduction. Hear the roaring flames with the masterful trance that calls upon heaving chest. Give in to its alluring grip if you please, but heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. So, yes, Samhain is a special time of the year. Like I said, the veil is thinnest. But anytime you do any kind of spell work or reading cards or working with spirit, you always want to stay protected. It is a very seductive, powerful force, but we want to learn but not be overtaken. Okay, we're supposed to be strong in this. It's a beautiful practice. As a Wiccan, I find it a beautiful religion, but you always want to stay grounded and protected, okay? You don't want the claws that draw blood without mercy to sink into you. So that's why as a Wiccan, I always mind the rule of 3, okay? And for those of you who don't know what that's about, let me just read that. I'm going to stop and read that right now, because some of you may not understand what Wiccan is. Where is it? This is a prayer that I often say to myself. Here it is. By the Wiccan law ye must, in perfect love and perfect trust, 8 words the Wiccan rede fulfill, and ye harm none, do as ye will. And ever mind the rule of 3, what ye send out comes back to thee. Follow this with mind and heart, and merry meet and merry part. So, like I've said before, minding the rule of 3 is very, very important. You don't want to get so seduced by your craft, especially this evening. I don't really do spell work. I don't want to put that out there. Everyone has free will. Anytime you try to affect someone's free will, that's going to come back to you in a negative way, either with negative karma. I know that I've just paid all of my karmic debt. I don't want to build up anymore. I mean, we all have our own stories, so I just don't want to risk it. But just, be careful what you're doing this evening. Stay safe, stay true, and just always be careful with the energy that you're putting out. We have the altar. A sacred devotion, a worship skin deep, rising from the ash, the waters you keep. So this is about practicing your craft, right? So I get a sense that anyone that's going to be watching this reading is a practitioner of some sort. You are devoted to your craft. You feel it deeply within, as I do. I like I said, this practice has given me a lot of support. It's allowed me to ground myself. It's given me a great way to deal with my depression and how to go and speak with a counselor. It's given me talking points. So, practicing your craft, it becomes a way of life, okay? So treat it as such. We're all eternal students. We're always learning. And I've said this before, you don't have to know everything. You can specialize. There's things about this practice that I'm not really that interested in. You know, some people, for example, my daughter knows a lot about crystals. I like crystals, but I don't know enough about them. I'm just not interested in that. You can specialize. You just don't have to know everything. I know there are some practitioners out there that think that you need to, you know, just know everything there is to know about the craft. You don't. Practice what you're drawn to. Find what speaks to you, okay? And learn as much about that thing as you can, okay? My thing is tarot. My daughter's thing is crystals. That's okay. I tell her all the time, you don't have to know everything. And there's certainly no rush. I mean, this is a lifelong study, okay? So yeah, just focus on what speaks to you, but just always be careful, okay, with how you engage in spell work, okay? You don't ever want any of that negativity coming back. All right, so let's get a little bit more detail. I wish my Wi-Fi was working this evening because I do like having music in the background. Anyway, all right, so let's figure out, what is this intuition about? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. These cards are quite beautiful. I love the illustrations, but let's just see. What else can we get? I'm using my Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle, which is also very Halloween-y. Okay, so we have the bee. So we're going to get busy, getting busy, tuning in, following our intuition. And we have the spider, following our intuition to create our world. We are the creators of our own world. We are the magicians, the witches, the warlocks, the seekers, the truth tellers, the healers, creating a world. And we have octopus, multitasking, but be careful of being greedy. Okay, so let's look at these cards. 54, 51, and 44. Bee. Yeah, the bee is always kind of like, you know, I mean, yeah, being busy as a bee, learning everything that you need to know. It's about hard work, taking action. So we're going to follow your intuition with regard to a project and take action. There's going to be good communication with your peers. Social interactions are very important. All of these things are important for your practice. You want to find people that are your tribe, okay, for that kind of support that you need. It is going to require hard work. Like I said, we're lifelong students. But yeah, you just keep practicing, keep studying, keep reading, connect with people that are like-minded. But if you have a project in mind, now it's time to take action because you're weaving your own world, okay? We have strong and powerful female energies with this spider card. Like I said, I read that prayer to Hecate, which is a great night. Tonight is a great night to connect with her, except I do have to make sure I clear the energy after, just so that she doesn't linger. But yeah, this is about strong and powerful female energy right here. Doesn't have to be, but that's what Hecate represents. Okay, she's one of the most powerful female energies that we have in witchcraft. So yeah, you're building your new life, carefully designing one's life, okay? But just be careful. I mean, the octopus this is what happens to me, or what happened to me last week. I was multitasking a little too much, okay? And that can burn you out. So like I said, I'm very affected by energy, but also if I just try to do a little too much, I get really, really tired. So it's kind of a warning, right? Follow your intuition, but when you're multitasking and working hard on a project, remember, okay, to take time out for yourself, okay? Because it's very, very important to take that time just to kind of heal, and don't put too much pressure on yourself, okay? But just keep that in mind if anyone's dealing with, a similar condition as mine. But just, be careful. But everything that you construct, do it with good intentions. I mean, there are people who do spell work and they're kind of greedy about it, right? Like they want to, say, win the lottery, or want a new love coming into their life. The blessings will come if you just focused on your craft. You don't even have to force it. So don't ever be focused on greed, okay? And don't use your spell work for greedy purposes, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because that's going to bring up so many different entanglements and problems. Like I said, you can't affect someone else's free will. So just, focus on your practice, stay committed, and the blessings will come through. That's what Spirit is saying to us this evening. Okay, so we have the frog listening to the noise. Well, what is behind all the noise? So we have iceberg. Icebergs, there's always so much more to the story beneath the surface, right? We only can see the tip of the iceberg, okay? There's so much more to learn. If you quiet your heart, listen to the wisdom behind all of the noise, behind the drowning croaks, there's so much more, okay? There will be a rebirth, okay, if you can tune in to that energy, study, learn, practice your craft, okay? And don't be afraid of this rebirth, okay? Sometimes the tooth means that we're afraid of losing something, okay? But there's so much more to the story, so much more to learn. There's just no reason to be fearful. I mean, there may be some obstacles. Maybe it's really difficult to find the serenity behind the drowning croaks, okay? There could also be hidden emotions, but Spirit is basically saying, there's so much more to the story. You may need to do more self-exploration, but you also, following your intuition is important, because sometimes you think problems are bigger than they actually are, okay? So you want to keep your intuition in tune, try to hear, see past all of the noise, use your third eye, okay, in order to overcome these obstacles, okay? We always think the problems are bigger than what they actually are. But there is this rebirth, okay? This is like the standard death card, okay? Some of you may be feeling, having thoughts of your own mortality, but mostly it does represent a change or an end of a cycle, and you're feeling your way to that end, okay? You're listening to your intuition, drowning out the noise, trying to see the bigger picture, okay? But there is an end of a cycle. End of cycles sometimes can be a little scary, because like I said, we feel like sometimes we are going to lose something, right? Change can be scary. We may feel like we're going to lose something that we once thought was permanent, okay? This change that we're going through, or some of you may be going through, take what resonates, it could be difficult. Change can be difficult. It could feel like a difficult separation from what once was to the new. But look after yourselves. The tooth can represent illness. So this is what I said before. Take care of yourself. Don't try to do too much. Stay focused on your craft, but just listen to your body when your body is telling you that it needs a break, okay? So we have the dark moon. This is about the dark in your heart. If we go within, we'll find new breath, waiting for you to release its ghost. What is this dark moon about? Okay, yeah, so we're going to go within. Okay, this is about shadow work, right? So you have to go in and pick out that poison. Okay, heal that poison that's down there so that you can release either the ghosts of the past or give birth to a better spirit, a better sense of self, okay? But yeah, there's been, some of you may be dealing with an inner poison that needs to be cleansed. That's why there's a lot of talk about water here. So please, tonight's the perfect night to do a salt bath or something of the sorts. Okay. We have umbrella, which is usually protection. So yeah, you're going to be protected. If you do the shadow work, the inner work, the cleansing, you can get rid of this poison, yeah, and a new door is opening, a new portal. So that's why, like I said before, shadow work is very, very important. There's great wisdom when you do shadow work, when you see the light through the shadows, okay? But you have to accept that there might be something harmful in your life. Okay, there may be toxic people. You might be, I don't know, doing things that are a little self-destructive. Okay, you have to accept that anything that you may be doing that's harmful to your mind, body, and spirit, it's time to work on that. Okay, so my sense is, if this resonates with some of you, if you go in and do that inner work and really focus on what poison you may be carrying around, whether it's people, places, or things, it's time to accept that these things are harmful and that you need to get rid of them, okay? Because you could self-destruct. And that's, we had the skull, right? I talked about the end of the cycle and the tooth feeling kind of upset by this ending, okay? Sort of upset because you thought that maybe certain things in your life were permanent, but if they turned out to be toxic, it's time to cure that, to get rid of those things that are harmful in your life. All right, we have the umbrella and the key. The key, like I said, is a new beginning, an opening to a new door. You have protection. The umbrella is protection from beyond, okay? Protection from a bad omen. You're going to find sanctuary. Yes, this is very important. Go inside and do the inner work. Find your peace. Listen beyond the noise, okay? And you will be able to spot any of the bad omens that are coming up. But you need to find your own personal sanctuary, which is right above the altar. And in my practice as a sacred living consultant, I always tell people it's really important to build an altar in your home and fill it with things that mean something to you, that are important to you, that invoke good memories, things that are good for your soul and your spirit, okay? That can, in and of itself, is your own personal sanctuary, and it's really important to have something like that in your home, whether it's a room or just a corner. Consider building an altar in your home. All right. My altar includes a lot of different herbs, incense, pictures of loved ones, just little gems or knickknacks, things that I've collected over the years that, have no value, but that it just means something to me. So yeah, that's something I would like you guys to consider. Reflecting on your altar and building a sanctuary for yourself so that you can deal with these toxic energies. Okay, you need to be able to flush out these toxic energies. 21, which is the key. As you know, the key is always about opening a new portal. Where is mine? Just one sec. I don't know. Wait. Hang on, sorry about it. Yeah, like, I don't know where I put mine, but anyway, I make these just to remind myself. They're pagan prayer beads with the key on it, for opening another portal, okay? It's about freedom of imprisonment, resolving a mystery and keeping something safe. So you want to keep yourself safe as well, okay? You have a sanctuary, a safe place, all right? Having that sanctuary will help you resolve the mystery of what these poisons are in your life. These things that you have to acknowledge that may not be good for you. But it's all about freedom, okay? And opening a new door and new opportunities, seeing things differently, all right? So we have voices. This is how the spirits speak to you. They tug at the gut, feel them romance your very breath. We talked about the third eye. Listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. So yes, listen to your gut and see with your third eye. So yes, we have the boy. So we want to remember our youthful enthusiasm. The spirit wants us to remember to delight in life. Live life to the fullest. Be optimistic. Okay? Because that's going to see us through the storm, right? Being optimistic will help you see your way through the storm. This is what Spirit is telling you. Enjoy life. You're either ending a cycle which was maybe a rough period, a stormy period. And Spirit is reminding you to just live life, right? Delight in life, in the life that you have. Yeah, flower, because new beginnings, okay? So we have beauty, kindness, gifts, blossoming abilities or potential. So you're finding your way out of the storm, staying optimistic, using your youthful enthusiasm. Be playful, be curious. This is what Spirit is telling you deep down in your gut. Let me know if this is the message that you guys have been feeling lately. To live life, to be playful, to be curious, to learn, to experience things, go beneath the surface of things, okay? But it talks about untamed enthusiasm. Whatever your practice is, this new project, this new life, go at it with untamed enthusiasm. We have the storm. Like I said, you may be coming out of a turbulent time. You may be kind of having trouble emotions about this new beginning, but there's beauty. You're going to find your way through this storm. If you are experiencing a storm, okay, you're going to do it with beauty, kindness, okay? I think earlier I talked about, you don't have to be greedy with your craft and try to manipulate another person's will. If you just focus on learning, just being true, being honest, gifts will come, okay? But there's all these blossoming abilities and potential coming. That's what Spirit just wants you to focus on right now. The more you focus on your craft, listen to your gut, try to live life to its fullest. Live your best life, right? Gifts are going to come your way. All right? All you have to do is focus on the beauty of your craft and be kind, okay? And go at it with youthful enthusiasm. So we had seduction, which was a little bit of a warning, okay? Heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. So we did talk about toxic energies, okay? Let's just see what this is about. So we have hand. It's about giving and receiving. Okay, so in your practice, I mean, it's like I said, don't be greedy with your practice. It's always about giving and receiving. Okay, usually it's more about giving, but we don't want to manipulate anyone. We don't want to just be a taker. And maybe some of these toxic energies in your life are just takers. Maybe they drain your energy. They just want to take. They want to use you, take from you, whatever. Life is about give and take, and as soon as you accept that, the sooner that you can heed these warnings, okay? Or these bad omens. The bad omens could even come in the shape of people that want to use you for your skill. Maybe they think that you have something that they want or wish that they had, okay? It is about giving and receiving, but you want to build strong foundations as well for yourself, okay? And we have the wheel. Yeah, that's like the wheel of fortune. So there definitely, things are changing. It is your time to receive, okay? Your time to receive is close. You don't have to take from anyone. You don't have to do any spell work trying to get there. All you have to do is be kind and friendly and use your skills for a specific purpose. If it is for the special project or whatever it is you have in mind, or just focusing on your craft, use your skills for a specific purpose, but make sure it's always with good intentions, okay? Because you definitely want to build stronger foundations in your life, for yourself, for your family, for the people around you. You don't want any more toxic energy in your life, okay? And it'll help you, these stronger foundations will help you leave something behind, okay? After you're gone, you want to leave a legacy behind, okay? But we have the wheel of fortune. It's turning in your favor, okay? So get going, jump in. It's time to act, okay? Youthful enthusiasm. Be curious. Try everything. Don't be afraid. Listen to your intuition, right? Make wise judgments, wise decisions. But the wheel is definitely turning in your favor, okay? And there's progress, right? So you are moving towards your destiny. There could be travel involved, but there's a sense of something coming full circle. Definitely, okay? You're moving out of stormy waters and moving into your destiny, okay? That's definitely happening. But just be careful of those toxic energies. Always be on the lookout, okay? We have the altar, a sacred devotion, a worship, skin deep rising from the ash, the waters you keep. So yes, it builds an altar for yourself, a place of sanctuary within your home. But also treat this new beginning, this project, with reverence. All right. It's, treat yourself with reverence. Take care of yourself. Your goals, your dreams, whatever this project is that some of you may be working on, have a sacred devotion as you move forward. Be truly devoted and committed to that, whatever that is, and you'll see the rewards of your effort, right? Yeah, we have fetus, which is, a rebirth. That's pretty much it, a new beginning. Okay, a sacred devotion will lead to a new beginning, and you're headed that way with the foot. I did say there was travel, so you could be moving towards a new beginning, or there could be some travel involved here. And a book, yeah, just focus on learning. Learn more as much as you can about your craft, and about yourself as well. Like, what makes you happy? What's this project that you want to work on? Where do you want to go? Where would you like to travel to? Like I said, live your best life. This is what Spirit is wanting you to do. Okay? But there's definitely new beginnings, new possibilities. But these new beginnings and new possibilities also come with new responsibilities. So, like I said, look after yourself as well. Find that inner sanctuary, that place of peace where you can drown out the noise so you can continue going, because every time you start a new cycle, there's going to be a new set of responsibilities, and you don't want to get worn down, okay? Or, get caught up in multitasking too much, which happens to me all the time. So this is something that I need to take heed of as well. Okay, but we have the foot, which I said before was you're moving towards this new beginning. And you're doing it on your own, but you're moving towards stability and balance. You guys that are listening, if you're coming across this particular reading, you guys, your standards and your morals are just beautiful. Like, you're kind, you're beautiful people, you have beautiful souls, okay? Which is really nice, okay? But yeah, you definitely have a connection to earthly affairs. So maybe some of you watching this are Wiccan as well. Doesn't have to be, but yeah, it's just about moving with love and kindness, strong morals, strong values, where that's what the Wiccan Read is all about. Do what you will, but do no harm. And I truly believe that. Love and accept everyone. All right? If no one's doing any harm, it's not your business. Correct? Correct. So do whatever you will in your practice, as long as you harm no one. That's what we want to focus on, okay? Do what you will, but do no harm, okay? And learn more about your craft. Build your altar and learn more about your craft and your practice. There's always, like I said, we are constantly learning, okay? You don't even have to learn everything there is to know about the craft. You can specialize, feel free to specialize. There are people out there that think that you need to know, they feel like they are the be all and end all, but you don't need to do that. It's almost overwhelming if you try to do that. So focus on what interests you, focus on what you're drawn to. Spirit will tell you, listen to that, drown out all that noise and find, a part of your craft that is unique to you. Okay? Because that's why we all come together as a group. All right? Everyone within a coven has a special skill, right? That's why covens were built. You're never going to have someone who just knows everything. You might have someone who's a little higher up, but like I said, we always have more to learn. So life is a lifelong college course, okay? So the book is about knowledge and education. Do your research. You could be expecting some sort of communication coming in, but just remember to always stay grounded, stay true, okay? It's easy to get caught up in spiritual work and spell work. And, you know, I mean, yeah, we all love to escape reality sometimes. But yeah, we want to stay true and want to stay grounded as well. Okay. So let's get some final advice from, I got this new deck just for Halloween. It's called Woodland Wardens by Jessica Rue. So let's just pull out a few cards. These are quite beautiful. I tried to pull cards that sort of had a Halloween-y feel without being too cartoony. I don't know. I do have a really... What is that deck that I have? Yeah, I did pick up this one, but I'm not going to use it tonight. The suits in this one are a little different, and I have to just... I haven't spent enough time with it yet, but that's a fun deck too. I wish I could have used it tonight, but I'm not ready for that one. All right. So, any final advice, please, Spirit, on this night? Any other final advice for my fellow witches, warlocks, spell workers, healers, empaths, light workers, readers? What do we have here? These all fell out. Okay. So we have the cat in lavender, which means independence, devotion, the sheep, and blackberry. So we already talked about that. Be devoted to your practice. Some of you may be solitary witches, which is totally fine, but I just picked that up because of the cat. And it's funny, it is Halloween, so we have a black cat. I love how this reading is so tuned into Halloween. We have the mouse and buttercup. Innocence, right? Go through life. Treat everything with youthful enthusiasm. Happiness. Focus on your happiness. Live your best life. The ladybug and sweet pea. And the porcupine and anemone. Boundaries, right? So we talked about having boundaries with regards to this toxic energies in your life. Okay? So independence, devotion, innocence, happiness, and boundaries. All right. That's everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know if it resonated below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button. And I will see you all soon. Happy Halloween. Love you all.